Alright, this is a little Authenticator program that I made, and one thing I will say is it's not complete, of course. And as you can see, if you put in all zeros, it says success, and that's because I need to fix that. All I have to do is tell it if you put in all zeros, it'll fail. Okay, so the way this works, you get an ID number, and if you would like, you can generate a different one. And every time you push this, it generates a different ID. So let's just pick this one. I want to put in the ID, authorize me, fail. This is a countdown timer. This is how much time you have left until this number becomes invalid. So let's go ahead, let's just try something like this. Fail, okay? Now if I put the right number in, it's success. Now if let's say I just go one number off, failing. Now these two things are actually running completely independently. Technically, this is both the same program, and I just did that just to make it easy for me to work on. But I could easily make this 100% standalone. But this is in no way interacting with this, and this is in no way interacting with this. The only way that this knows whether or not this number is valid is based on this. Now, as you can see, this number has changed, and if I try and authorize, it's going to fail. Now, if I put this number in here, because this timer hasn't run out yet, then it's successful. Now, the way that I'm doing this is I'm actually using the time, the clock, and I'm actually using the clock on my current computer. Because of that, even though this is successful, and as you'll see in 10 seconds, it'll be failed when I click on this, if you change the time on your computer, it will once again become valid. So here's the new number, it's failed. Now I'm going to change this to 1 minute ago, and now it's successful. Okay, so that's definitely something that is a security flaw. Now also I am not using the date, so in addition to that, these numbers I just realized are going to loop every single day for the same numbers. In order to fix that, I would have to implement the date into the math that it uses to generate this number. Other than that, the purpose of this is just for fun, just to see if I can do it. There's no reason you would ever want to use this versus something online like Google Authenticator or Auth or something like that. The way that I could force this to be more secure, not as secure as them, but more secure, would be to have the time and date that it uses to generate these codes to have to get that information from an online server that cannot be manipulated by the user. And that would make it so that you couldn't get somebody's authorization code, like let's say it's 1:04 a.m. You wouldn't be able to say, okay, I have this number and I have this number. And if I wait until tomorrow at 1:04 a.m., I'll be able to be authorized. Well, by implementing the date, they would also have to change the date, but if it's all server side, which means the user has no access to changing the date and time, then if somebody said, here's my ID and here's my auth code, then 1 minute later, this number would be different. And if they, did whatever they did, they wouldn't be able to, even if they changed the date and time on their computer, I don't think that they would be able to authorize themselves. Again, there's no actual purpose for this app. this authorization is just to generate whether this says success or fail. That's the authorization. So, sorry about the way my voice is sounding and lack of enthusiasm and excitement. It is late at night and I'm trying to be quiet. And I just felt like making this video to show somebody, since it's kind of hard to show this in a screenshot. I'll do one more. I'll generate a bunch of these so you can see. You can see that, whoops, there we go. See how this begins with a 0? And these numbers can also begin with zeros. Oh, that's bad. So there's another bug. I can't ever have this generate all zeros, because if it does, somebody can just go 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and it's authorized no matter what. So I've still got some work to do, but I just wanted to share this.